Okay, we are picking up where we left off yesterday, and we are on the road, on Road 60, going south. We have just passed the town of Eli, which is up on the mountain to our left. And soon we will be passing by the archaeological site of Tel Shiloh, ancient Shiloh, which is the site of the tabernacle, which is told about in the Bible, in the book of Samuel. Here we can see the tower of the seer, the tower of the prophet of Samuel at Tel Shiloh. Ancient Shiloh is currently the largest active archaeological site in all of Israel. This is a very special place, and above that you can see the yeshiva of the town of Shiloh and part of the neighborhood there above it. And on either side of the road we can see some agriculture, olive trees, and soon we will see some of the vineyards in the valley of Shiloh, which is also very significant for Bible study, Bible readers, and people who enjoy the Bible, because the vineyards of the valley of Shiloh also have great significance in the story of the daughters of Shiloh who danced in the vineyards, and that has to do with the war of Pilegesh B'Givah, the concubine at Givah. We passed by a monument to the soldiers of the Jewish brigades, the Hebrew brigades that took part in capturing the land of Israel in World War I. They took part in the British effort to capture the land of Israel from the Turks, and those brigades, the Dudim Ha'ivrim, the Jewish brigades, came with the British. They were part of the British Army, and they reached this point between just north of Sanjil, which is ahead of us. You can see this Arab or Palestinian town ahead of us called Sanjil, and another Arab or Palestinian town here to the left of us is called Turmas Aya. Some of the very beautiful homes of Turmas Aya as we're passing by. They are to the south or the east of this road, and we are on Road 60. We're headed south. We have Sanjil ahead of us. There have been I've heard some commentary that suggests that the name of this Arab village or town called Sanjil is a mispronunciation of Saint Gil, and that it has some reference to French Crusader Christians who might have been here in the 11th, 12th century. But on the other hand, I've heard scholars who argue that they have found no evidence to support that theory. This part of the road is pretty narrow and has no shoulders, as you can see. So this can be a point where the traffic is pretty slow. pushing through this area until we get to a wider section of the road where it's possible to get around the slower vehicles. Again, words of thanks and appreciation to my dear friend Bob Seedy in New York, who suggested that I post these dash cam videos riding around in the land of Israel and in the Samaria in general. And thank you for your feedback on the videos and all who have commented. I appreciate hearing from you, and I'm glad to hear your suggestions for future videos. And do check out the other videos. By the way, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm at this point on the way to 850 subscribers on this Israel Heartlands Tour channel on YouTube. I'd like to get over the threshold of 1,000 subscribers, and like the videos. Your subscriptions and comments and likes all help push me up on the search engine in Google, and that is very helpful. We are riding through the valley here that is called Wadi Haramia. This is the valley of the thieves, or the valley of the bandits. In historical times, this very narrow path through the mountains on either side was an easy place for bandits to siege convoys on the road going north to south or south to north. And for that reason, this area received the nickname Wadi Haramia, the place where the bandits stole the goods of the convoys on the main road. And ironically, the same area has very poor cellular reception because of the high mountains and the lack of cellular antennas at this small segment of the road. So it's very inconvenient even today. If you get a flat tire or get stuck here on the road, you can see that there's nearly any shoulders on the road. A car stuck here can cause some real annoying traffic jams. And all of this, as you can see, that the road is very twisting and winding, is all part of the same historical path that went over the top of the mountain. We call the mountain Gav Har. At this point, we're coming up to an old British police station that was placed here in the valley, in the Wadi Haramia, for the same reason, in order to protect the transport going through the valley, to protect them from the thieves. This is a new traffic light, and this segment of the road is relatively new as well. In the past, years ago, going to Jerusalem, we wouldn't turn off. The whole road would turn off here to the right, and that was Road 60. But at some point, some 20 years ago, this new road was carved out in the hill, which gives us a more direct access going south to Jerusalem This is a bit of a steep climb up the mountain, but it's a straight road in compared to the winding road that was here historically. Alright everyone, this is it for this segment of our ride going south on Road 60. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to hearing from you. Be well. Shalom.